He's America's best NFL reporter. It's Mike Garafolo from the NFL Network. Follow him on X at Mike Garafolo. His weekly appearance brought to you by Hartley & Hartley Insurance, your trusted family-owned insurance experts in the Puget Sound area since 1978. Honesty, fairness, integrity. Contact Jamie Hartley at 253-565-8700. Also, Zogs on Fox Island. Perfect spot to grab a cold beer, hang out with friends, catch the game. Check out Zogs on Facebook and Instagram for fall hours and event times. What's that hat? Miami Marlins?
No, it's hang on, it's way too loud. That's a guy, Manolo, who I haven't seen a lot on my Instagram feed. Manolo Teaches Golf is his Instagram handle. Has he not been posting lately?
I like that hat. I need to get that. That's a good looking hat, my friend.
Let's see. When was this?
Does he just do online? He does online.
He does these like teaching you how to, the basics of golf.
But
he does it in a exaggerated Argentinian. I don't know how he really speaks, but I think he's Argentinian. Really heavy accent.
Does he kind of he lays it on a little bit?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
And he does the double entendres, and his line when he does it is "Don't be nasty," right? He'll say something.
All right.
Get it, put it in the hole. Don't be nasty, like something like that.
I think I like this guy already.
Oh, he's great. He's great, and a lot of his stuff is just basic. Like, I remember one video was, you suck faster, basically. Like, let's move. Come on, like just move it along.
I hate slow players.
Yeah,
God, I hate them.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hate him. If he could play a round of golf with one person, who would it be?
Oof. One person?
Yeah, one person.
Non-golfer?
Be not anybody, whoever you want.
I mean, you'd want to play with a golfer at some point.
Let's just say golfer.
Golfer?
Yeah, a golfer.
Oh, Bryson would be a blast.
DeChambeau. All right.
I mean,
did you see his latest video where he was hitting shots over his house?
No.
Okay, so he's hitting shots. He was doing this. He's trying to get a hole in one. So he's hitting this. He's hitting a 6 iron, 6 or 7 iron over his house, landing it on. And he's got this backyard of just it's golf porn. This damn backyard.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's unbelievable. This green with bunkers. So he's hitting it over he's got to carry his house over it and then land on the green. He's trying to get a hole in one. Mike, I'm telling you, he's hitting this. He's hitting like 6 or 7 shots. He's coming within. He can't see the hole. He's coming in within 5 feet of getting a hole in one.
Sick.
But the craziest thing about this, okay, I know he's a professional golfer, but every now and again they'll shank one. Okay, they do, right? He's hitting it over his house. I'll find the video.
I'll find it.
It's all glass. His house. What if he shanks one and just hits it into his house? I know he's a millionaire and he'll replace it.
Who was the pitcher? There was a pitcher during COVID, I believe, who broke a window. An MLB pitcher, if I'm remembering this correctly. Look it up while I'm giving it. He broke a window. He was trying to get loose or whatever. He just
okay. We're gonna get to football here in a second, but now I'm so obsessed with trying to find this video now.
My guy, I mean, you caught me off guard. Off the top of my head, and I know he just played here recently at Ridgewood Country Club, and was great about it, like pictures with everybody. Steph Curry, because he's really good, and it'd be nice to see that athleticism on display. He seems like a cool guy to kind of hang with for 18 holes. And this one's doable. I got to play with Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz now, former Giants receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I know Victor very well, and he lives in Jersey. Like, we should really have played already. Now that I say this, but he just posted another video today. Just like caption was, "I love golf," and it's him. And his swing has gotten. I mean, he's a professional athlete. You'd expect it, but his swing has gotten incredibly better since he first started to post his golf video. So Victor and I will have to take in around one of these days.
Hey, for those who are here for just the NFL stuff, we're gonna get to it.
Are they commenting?
No, I'm just.
Oh, you just know that
they will later. Why would I watch this? You guys don't talk NFL. Finally got to it 15 minutes in because this is what we do. All right. So,
but at that point, they can fast forward anyway, right?
That's what I'm saying. So, okay, here we go. Ready? I found it. Okay, you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch this guy.
Nice.
Look at this.
I might actually go in. Just do it. Just please.
Look at how close he's getting.
Oh, wow.
That's another good one. Bounce left. Just bounce left.
Look how close he's getting. It's within like 2 weeks.
But can he see it like on a video feed?
Chance.
No.
That has
he
a
can't
chance.
see- no. Look at that.
But he's saying roll, so he's got to have a general sense of.
Well, he's got a general idea where it's
That's
at. But I'm
left.
saying he can't see the hole from where he's hitting.
It's incredible.
Now, just wonder, one
pretty good.
time he shakes it right into that.
Bounce
Look
right.
at that. Look at that backyard. What would you do to have that backyard?
I mean,
Oh, that's
I do
really
wonder
good.
if these guys ever get tired
Go
of playing
in.
golf. Like,
Would
ever
you?
get tired of golf.
No.
Huh?
Would you?
Short, hit the rocks.
We never
Okay,
do.
this is number
but
7.
that's not our entire existence, right? Like, and
That's right.
baby,
people will
come
say
on.
about my gig.
Just go in.
Oh boy, but you know, there are days where I go, oh,
look
man,
at that.
I just love
Look
to
at-
have the
Do
day
you
off.
see that?
That one almost went in, right?
Oh my God! I've watched this so many times now.
You know, our gig, you never get tired of talking sports. I'm sure there are days where you're like, I
Yeah,
would love to
probably.
play golf today, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder when it's there and it's just that's why
Maybe
I
not.
think
I don't know.
in addition to him being so good, why I would like to play with him is he seems to have that same enthusiasm for the game that we amateurs do, which I appreciate. You wouldn't get that with Koepka. You know what I mean? I don't think you would.
Yeah.
You get
Koepka
it.
looks like he hates the sport.
Right. And he's
It's
talked about how
miserable to him.
yeah, and golf should be 13 holes, I think he said, because it's
Yeah.
too long. It's just
Yeah.
you don't want to play with that guy. You want to play with a guy who's like as if he's happy to be playing with you, you know? So I think I'd probably go Bryson.
So DeChambeau, yeah. All right. So mine is Angel Jimenez. Angel Miguel Jimenez.
Yeah, with the
God, I love him.
Yeah, that'd be a
Or
good
no,
one.
Miguel Angel Jimenez.
Miguel Angel Jimenez.
I was like saying his name wrong. That's who because thinking you were brought up the guy, the Argentinian. That's who I would. Yeah, him.
Cigar in the mouth. Well, he's Spanish, right?
Yeah, aren't they the same?
Cigar in the mouth, crazy ass warm up.
He's got the cigar. He's
Yeah.
drinking wine all the time. He's doing the crazy warm ups. Looks like he has fun when he's done playing golf, and he's got beautiful women on his arms. That's
Well,
that's why go for them.
It was Darren Clark. I went to the Open. What year was it? 2020. God, I think I was still covering the Giants. I want to say 2008, 2009, the U.S. Open at Bethpage.
Yeah.
And I went there to we sat by a hole, and it was a par 3, and we kind of saw the groups come through. We did a little roaming. That's why I hate like golf in person. You go there to kind of hang out. You're not going to watch. It's
can't
just not a
watch
good
it.
experience. Right, exactly. So, but we hung by a par 3, and Darren Clark came up, cigar, just threw it, other side of the green, putted out, went, picked it up, right back in the mouth, which he's now slimmed down a whole lot since those days.
Was
He
it a
actually
cigar
looks
or
better.
like a cigarette though? He was
No,
a
a cigar.
cigarette. Okay.
He had a cigar. He threw it across the green, okay, as he threw it on the fringe on the other side.
it.
And I'm thinking to myself, so this isn't the local muni. This is the U.S. Open. He just chucks the cigar across the green. I was like, that was awesome. I don't think he's like very, he slimmed down. He looks great his older years if you haven't seen him lately.
That's why I love Charlie Hull. Do you know who she is?
Charlie who?
Charlie Hull. She's a
No.
LPGA golfer.
No.
Oh, God. Now I'm going to have to pull this up. She is my favorite LPGA golfer. First of all, because she's hot and she smokes.
Smoking hot.
She's smoking hot. Line. Where is she at? Yeah, here she is. You got this is so stupid. Sorry, people. But now I'm down this rabbit hole and I can't stop. Here
I had a great.
Here she
there you
is.
go.
Look at her. She just has got a dagger.
She's
got a dagger in her lip every time she plays, Mike.
That's
Every
unbelievable.
single time. Look at her. I think she's she's a smoke show.
Wow.
She's just every round she's smoking. And she went like one of the last tournaments she was in, she didn't have a light, and so she went into the crowd. It's like, yeah, can I get a light? It's just great. All right, let's talk some football. We got to do it. How surprised were you? I mean, listen, last week I'm writing the Seahawks off. I want everyone out, and they won the game. How did they win? What the hell happened?
First year coach, general
Out.
manager that's built consistent winners for 15 years.
Want them all out.
Get him out.
It's a great win.
It was a great win.
It's unbelievable.
Niners got nobody to blame other than themselves for coughing up games against the Cardinals and the Seahawks at home. which is not to say the Seahawks don't deserve to win. I'm just saying you can't have losses like that. Although the Cardinals game, if I'm recalling correctly, was when Moody got hurt. And if he hadn't, maybe things would have turned out differently that game because they had to go for like a 4th and 26 or something like that. I give the Seahawks credit. And the more that went on in the fourth quarter, I'm like, these guys are going to win this game. Mm-hmm. And Geno's capable of it. He's shown the ability to do it when he's with the Jets. Covered that game in, I think it was Atlanta, and he led a comeback in that game. And that was the back page of the Daily News, "A Star is Born," which has now become a running joke every time there's a Jets quarterback that does a little something. They do the "A Star is Born" headline. They've got about 4 or 5 of them now, if I'm not mistaken. And so he's shown the ability to do that. You give him some openings, he'll get it done. And this is why it's when we have these conversations about Geno, and I go, "Are you ever going to win a Super Bowl with Geno?" And we agree that no, you're probably not. But then he does this, and it's like there's so much worse out there.
I know, but that is so true. There is so much worse out there. And then you know what? Did you see the clip? He did a little bit of the car wash. He went on the Richard Sherman podcast. See that?
No, I did not.
Here, I'll play it for you. He was on the Richard Sherman podcast where like Sherman is acting now as like his agent.
Gotta pay you your money. I mean, Daniel Jones just went on the bench getting $40 million, and people was arguing about the $30 million you was getting. Dak just got 60. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time asking this question because I know what you're going to say.
There you go. You got to earn it, man. Like everything I ever got in my life, I earned. Whatever God has for me, man, I'm willing to go earn it. And so, I feel like I'm up there with the top 2 quarterbacks. My numbers speak for me. My film says it too. But the main thing I'm trying to do is win these next 7 games.
Well, I'm going to speak for you, Geno. It's Seattle. Pay the man his money, so he can be here for the foreseeable future. He's not getting no high draft pick while he's here because he's playing too well. So you might as well appreciate him while he here, pay him his money so he can continue to lead these men. They respect him, they love him, pay him his money, and then maybe get him an offensive lineman or 2 in the draft. But that's a story for a different day.
You might need to be my agent, man. We got to talk after this, man. We got to figure that out.
I'm happy to be your spokesman.
All right, so he's doing that because he had been, fairly silent on his contract, other than the one time when he responded to what you told me before the season started, where he said, my representatives did reach out to him and whatever. Didn't go anywhere, but okay. And then that was probably the last time he talked about his contract. But, I mean, you're right. Performances like that will only benefit him in the offseason and will only raise the stake for him and back up that he should be paid.
I mean, and Daniel Jones has become the barometer for every quarterback that outperforms Daniel Jones. It's like, he's here, you're here. Why? Don't understand it. You should be up there. And, and the more that the Giants have kind of hung in there on Daniel Jones and waited for that moment where he, I said it the other day, Brian Dable, after the day of the benching, said, he was upset. Well, it's a little late, Daniel. You should have been upset a lot sooner. And I know he was upset. What I'm saying is that should have showed up in his play. And that's what they were hoping for. It's like, well, we made a run at these quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels and Drake May were their guys. Didn't happen. Couldn't get up to 2 or 3. Okay, if we had gotten that would have been great. The alternative is this guy's pissed off and now starts to play better. Didn't happen. So, at this point, and they're in a tough spot too because Tommy DeVito potentially could win some games for them like he did last year to get them out of that top draft position. So where do you go from there? I mean, I don't think that they went to Tommy DeVito over Drew Lock because they thought that they were going to lose more games with Tommy than Lock. I just think that they needed a reason for the home crowd to get excited, needed the team to get a little spark, and that's why they went to him.
Because of I get
it. But back to Geno. He did a great job.
I'll say this though: had the Giants shown Lock's wife, then maybe they'd be excited to see Lock play. Okay, continue with Geno.
Is she smoking hot too? As in hot and smoking?
When we're done, you can. You can just look her up.
We're good. So and look, this Cardinals team still being underestimated, still being and Jonathan Gannon when he got the job, a couple of weird video clips out there.
Oh.
I saw comparisons to Michael Scott and Kendall Roy. If you don't know who those characters are, they're a bit goofy, a little off. But they've bought in. He's got them believing, and they're cooking right now. And that quarterback is incredibly dangerous, more than as much as he's ever been. So it's going to be a really interesting, tough match, especially with everything going on at the facility this week. And by the way, everybody, I hope everybody's safe. That bomb cyclone that happened
crazy,
out there.
man. Like 700,000 people without power.
It's nuts, including the Seahawks, which they still don't have it as of a couple of minutes ago, from what I understand. There's no hot water there for the players, from what I gather. Listen, I get it. You're not exactly shoveling coal. But still, this is the kind of stuff that, you want to be comfortable and everything you need for your preparation. So it's a little bit of adversity that they're going to try to overcome here. Practice on Friday might be at the stadium, from what I understand, depending on what happens with the power situation.
Do you know if the stadium is, now that you talk about
I guess fine.
This,
I mean,
the stadium is okay?
I assume so, because, and it was mostly in the Renton area where people are without power. Or
well,
is it Seattle
it's weird. It's like where we live in Seattle. Like we basically live, like a suburb of downtown Seattle, like 5 miles away. Like Seattle is fine. It's like down in Renton, up north, on the east side. Those were all the areas affected.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how the week goes on. But look, they're playing for first place, and this goes back to our
so dumb.
What's so dumb?
It's dumb that it's just because it's dumb. It's dumb in a good way. It's dumb that they're playing for first place. Because,
why is it? Define dumb.
Well, it's dumb. Like it's funny dumb. It's because I think last week when we going into the Niners game, most of us out here thought, well, they're going to lose that game, and then they're going to lose to Arizona. They're not playing well. Their offensive line's a mess. The guy retires Connor Williams retires, halfway through the week. You're cutting linebackers. It was a mess, Mike.
It's not their fault. He had to retire for personal reasons.
But no one gave him a chance against the Niners. No one.
But this is when we had this conversation last week and the week before about Schneider. It's like, okay, this offseason was about hiring McDonald. They tried to find pieces that fit. They didn't even bring in Patrick Queen. I mean, they pursued him, but they didn't go.
Why?
As far.
Too much.
Yeah. Which probably tells you a little bit about, it's not like McDonald was like, I go back to Rex Ryan when they brought in CJ Mosley with the Jets when he had him in Baltimore, and it was like, we got to do everything we possibly can to get him here. And they paid a ton of money for him. Not CJ Mosley. Who was the linebacker way back? Was it Bart? It must have been Bart Scott. Okay. They were waiting outside his house at 12 midnight, because back then free agency used to start at midnight, and Rex and somebody else were waiting outside his house, and then at midnight they started the pursuit of him. Bananas. This wasn't that type of situation. So they took some economical approaches when came to linebacker, when it came to offensive line, and some of these guys went and got huge money elsewhere. What did Jordan Brooks get from the Dolphins? Like $10 million?
I'll pull it up.
Yeah. So they made some and so my point is, you still got to look at that and give a team like this with a general manager that's had this sustained success the benefit of the doubt that he's going to say, okay, that's too much for a certain guy. We can get similar production here. Mm-hmm. And, they got Leonard Williams done, which priced themselves out of a few other things. So
it was 3 years, 26 for Brooks.
What's that?
3 years, 26.
326. I must have gotten reported as 330 if I'm, because guilty as charged. Agent.
Round up.
I've told agents all the time when they leak the numbers, I got no problem reporting the max value, but you need to tell me up to X amount or whatever. Okay. Because then people later on, Mike Florio loves to do, well, it's not what it was reported. Well, if I said maximum value of 30 million over 3 and it came in at 26, I at least said to you maximum at the time. But some agents will tell you, 3 years, 30 million. Yeah. You report it. A couple days later, you find out that's not accurate. And I've gone back to the agent and they're like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, no, whatever. Like, dude, come on.
But back to Geno though. They're gonna have to do something with him, because you kind of said it, like you and Sherman in that clip said it himself, and to a degree he's right. Like, if you don't do it, there are no options. Well, they got nothing. I mean, there is nothing for where are they going to turn to? They're almost in a way forced to bring him back.
So go back to Jordan Love being drafted. Go back to Lamar Jackson being drafted. Go back to Joe Flacco being drafted. These were not top half of the first round draft picks, and at times not even a need. Okay. you got to do that. If you've got sustained success, that's where you've got to find them. And they really haven't existed necessarily. Like Mahomes was sort of in that realm. Where'd he go? 9th or 11th or 13th or whatever it was. The Bears tried it with Justin Fields right there. Like that's going to have to be their zone to find a guy. And it's not necessarily, and listen, the ones, as I'm saying this, the ones up top in the top 5 have not hit at times. Sam Darnold and Trey Lance and all these guys. Zach Wilson. That's why Joe Douglas is unemployed right now.
But it feels like more than ever they're getting overdrafted like lately. Like, and guys that most of these people know.
Because what happens when you don't, like Joe Douglas got fired for a number of reasons, but because he never got the quarterback position right. Talent all everywhere.
God, it's so hard.
He had the 2 rookies of the year 2 years ago. 2 rookies, Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. Breece Hall. Like, I could start throwing way more, but the quarterback position wasn't right. So that's why 2 things. One, when you get a shot to take one, you take it. And 2, when you're in the realm that the Seahawks are in, it's kind of hard to say goodbye to Geno because you don't necessarily have that other option. And like I said, it's so much worse out there. I'm watching Daniel Jones on a weekly basis. I mean, I'm watching Aaron Rodgers on a weekly basis right now. I don't know what happened there. I mean, other than age, just really fell off a table. It really, and this is my other thought the other day. How amazing was it what Tom Brady did before he finally fell off a cliff? Like to push that, that point of no return into his mid-40s was unbelievable.
I mean, really, well, I mean, what? There's just some freak guys out there that are able to do it. Yeah, you're right. With Brady, it was just, just something you'll probably never see again. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, not to play at his age and at the level that he was playing at.
You might. He was maniacal about everything.
I think you have to be, right? I mean, that's what probably cost
to
him
do that. You have to be maniacal. To do that, it's got to be every part. Would he have put ayahuasca in his body? Probably not, right? Because he has no idea what the long-term effects are of it.
Okay, so what does Rodgers do now then?
He'll land somewhere.
Where? Why would you? Why would
Giants.
You take that?
There you go. Boom. There you go. I just gave you one.
Giants.
I'm just saying there's going to be plenty out there in need of a quarterback this upcoming season.
Do you want that headache?
Sometimes you gotta take it on.
You know, I thought of immediately. Do you think they would take it on? I'm just curious. Because I'm wondering if they're sold on him.
Who
would the Niners do it?
No.
Okay.
No. Hell no. No chance.
Say hell no. Why
because
no chance?
They're going to have to
extend. No chances. 1% chance.
They're going to have to extend Purdy for an exorbitant amount of money this offseason.
You think they want to?
Do I think they want to? Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, I do. And I think he runs that offense incredibly well. He can move. He makes sharp decisions. He reads the field. Brock Purdy anywhere else in the NFL, not anywhere else, but most elsewhere in the NFL is you never heard of him, right? Brock Purdy lands with the Niners and it just comes to fruition. I'm very impressed with what he's able to do.
But honestly, where would Rodgers go? I mean, I'm looking at the teams right now. Okay, he's not going to go anywhere in the AFC East. AFC North, I mean, Cleveland. You see him in a Browns uniform.
If he wants to play.
Maybe he begs Bernie Kosar, can I wear 19 again?
If he wants to play.
Okay. AFC South.
There'll be options there. Why wouldn't Tennessee want him? There's no way you're staying committed to Will Levis.
Why would he want to play for Tennessee? Just to play again?
I mean, this is like when coaches take coaching jobs. There's only 32 of them. And most aren't available on a given year.
This would be like, I mean, if he thought it was shitty in New York, I mean, imagine going to Tennessee. There's nothing there.
Well, anywhere he goes, on the team, I go, you're coming and you're coming on our terms. Okay. We're not letting you assistant GM here. Which is amazing because earlier this year on McAfee, he said, it's amazing the power people think I have. Yeah. You do, dude. You do. Stop.
I don't know. I'd be interesting because I just it doesn't seem like there's a lot of teams out there that would be like clamoring to bring him in. And if those teams that do need a quarterback, they are more than just a quarterback away. And that's why, just to bring it back to Geno for a second, and I think you said this before, like when they do get in this offseason to start discussing something with him, if they do, they don't have to, but if they do and want to bring that cap number down, it's and he's not a free agent, but it's not like he's holding out for a bunch of suitors, because if you add someone like Geno Smith, don't you agree that you would have to be that one quarterback away from being a real Super Bowl contender? And who's out there that's a quarterback away from that?
I don't think it's a quarterback away. I think it's let's go back to the Giants. Okay, you can even go Tennessee, but it's a little earlier. It's definitely at the right spot for the Giants. They need a quarterback that's capable, that's going to win games. They need to buy time. Assuming John Mara doesn't make a move, okay? They need a quarterback that can come in and get us to the playoffs. Geno can do that. Geno's a great option for that. Geno showed he's a great option for that. He's continuing to show it right now.
But he already did that. Would he want to go back to that city?
To that organization. I'm not. Listen, Geno's still a Seahawk. I'm just giving you you're asking me.
We're trying to run him out.
Well, but they were also, in a sense, bidding against themselves a couple of years ago.
Well, yeah. Don't you think they'll be in the same situation?
I think, yes, conceivably they will. And then it comes down to, well, he's probably got in his mind, well, they're making 60. I should at least be in the 40s. And, at Seattle at some point, it's that when Jacksonville signed Nick Foles off the Super Bowl, not a lot of options for him, signed for like $22 million, which was a decent number at the time. And I was kind of like, well, the number can't come in way below that. You can't sign Geno for, what they sign up, 25 a year. You can't sign up for 20, right? And then expect the locker room to be like, well, this is the guy we're riding with, right? So you're negotiating against that sometimes, right? A little bit. And I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm just saying the numbers got to be respectable enough to be like, okay, well, this is the guy we still believe in if you're going to go down that road. So
yeah. So what's respectable? Because he's at 25 a year.
It used to be that. That was the number. 25 was respectable.
A good chunk of money.
What's it now? 30?
Well,
because the number's gone up into the 60s now.
Yeah, Rodgers and Carr at 37. Then we get in the next year, Mahomes is 45.
I would put that in that Foles contract, that Geno,
Lamar's 52.
Yeah. How much is the cap going up? Are we going to have another explosion like we did last year? That's another question.
So he probably wants to be in the 40s, right?
I don't know. I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but I would think that would be, if he thinks he's in the 50s, that ain't happening, right?
Well, if he probably looks at Kirk Cousins, who's at 45 a year.
It's pretty high.
And he probably says, I'm better than Kirk Cousins.
Well, you got to find somebody to pay it to you, though,
That's such a ton of money, man. But they're in that situation. They need it, and I don't think they're convinced that Howell's a guy, unless maybe secretly they are. And then the quarterback situation, they're probably not going to be bad enough to, if they even wanted one of the quarterbacks in the draft. You brought up the Giants. Would the Giants just tank and say, screw it, let's do a package deal, Deion Sanders?
No. No.
Are you think NFL people are worried about that little league dad forcing where Shedeur goes so then he can get hired as well?
Are they worried about it? No, I'll tell you why they're not worried about it. Because last year, Jaden Daniels, there was smoke. It was poo-pooed afterward, but there was a legit, do we want to go to Washington type, that existed. Okay. And Washington was never going to buckle to that. They were never going to be swayed. They were taking them no matter what.
But you're getting a coach now, though. It's a package deal. It's the Sanders package. Deion and Shedeur. If you want,
maybe not. He just got the number 2 overall commit, right? Just now today.
Yeah, he did on McAfee's show.
Which is not. The kid can change his mind at any point.
Of course. Right? And these guys, and they're all, remember we say it all the time, they're all professional liars. So Deion can lie to the kid's face, I'll be here next year.
Well, they've been professional liars since the players have been amateurs. So
sure,
we know
right.
that hasn't changed.
That didn't mean anything. It's
just giving them more power and freedom to do what the players need to do, which is good.
But if they go in next season and they're like, hey, we're a package deal.
Yeah.
If you hire me, you got to draft him.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun offseason, dude. I'm not lying to you. This is going to be a thing.
I can't decide if I want him with the Cowboys or if I want him with the Raiders. I think I want him now with the Raiders.
Why?
Because I just think it fits the whole thing. Him in Las Vegas and Shedeur, and then, of course, was Brady there. And they have a friendship and a connection. I know Brady worked out with Shedeur and has given him a bunch of advice, and that'd be sensational. And then Davis with the awful haircut and seeing that up there, just perfect. Look at have Mark Davis in the middle with Deion to his left and Brady to his right. What an image. What an image, man. Come on. You would sign up for that, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would.
No, I want Antonio Pierce to get a real shot there.
Oh, he's out.
Hasn't gotten it yet.
Yeah. Does it matter the Bills beat the Chiefs?
No, and the Bills will tell you that. It only matters is that they gained another win on their record, and they were quick to be like, well, because we beat them. It gives us you lost to them in the playoffs. Oh, we beat them, so we might get home field for when you lost to them at home too. It's like
doesn't matter.
There's no upside to that other than play good football, beat a good team, advance your record, try to get home field, be great. No, that's it. Yeah. That's the vibe up there.
Steelers do it again. Did they show the blueprint one more time how to beat that team in the postseason? Ravens last week. They made him throw. They made him be a passer. Took away the running game.
Yeah, but they're good on defense though. It's you don't just like, oh, there's the blueprint. Like if Cincinnati tries to do it and Lou Anarumo's got the blueprint, not the blueprint. He's got good schemes to go against Lamar Jackson to keep him in check. Their players aren't good enough to make it happen, right? Yeah. So that. I hate to call it a blueprint because it's just like, oh, anybody can build it. No, I mean, there's
you got to execute it.
There's contractors who get paid a lot of money to build houses because I don't know how to do it. So
shocker.
There's still that. Speaking of the Steelers, going to be an interesting game tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland pulls out an upset here. I got a feeling on this one.
Why? Why do you think the Browns?
Why? Because they have good players.
Knock off Russell. He's drinking the water. He's visiting the children's hospitals again.
Because they have good players. And they got the Steelers in a short week coming off an emotional game. Okay. This feels like,
all right.
This feels like Cleveland's got 2 wins, I think.
What's the line on that game? Yeah, they're 2-8.
And somebody was talking about them potentially winding up with the number 1 overall pick. And I was like, Myles Garrett is on that team, right? They're unbelievable offensive linemen on that team, including Wyatt Teller, their guard that's a mauler. You've got talent, Denzel Ward. You got talent all over the place on this team. And Jameis is going to give you a 5 touchdown and a 5 interception game. You know that.
I love him.
Yeah, I mean he's making that. He'll make it fun tonight. Okay. So down the stretch, they're going to win.
The line,
huh?
3.5.
I'm just telling you who might win the game.
I know. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna ride with you. You and I are gonna do it together.
No, I'm not.
But no. But without you really doing anything, I'm just saying in spirit. Let's go Browns plus the points tonight, plus the 3.5. Total's 36.5. Good God, it's 38 degrees and raining. God, that's miserable. That is awful. You don't want to be at that game. You just don't want to be covering that. All right, that's it. What are you doing tonight? Are you on the network?
Yeah, I'll be on our game day kickoff coverage starting at 7 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Eastern. What's Thursday? Monday is 7. Monday is 7. Thursday is 6, I believe. So 3 o'clock your time. And if I'm not on, just leave it on and wait till I'm on.
Okay. All right. Go look up Melanie Newman, and then also go watch more videos of Bryson DeChambeau.
6 p.m. They're the headshots. 6 p.m. Eastern.
The headshots.
3 Pacific.
Talk to Rap Sheet about that headshot. Well, what the hell's he doing? Kind of looks like a goober.
He's all right. He is a goober. He's our goober.
All right. Thanks, Mike. We'll talk to you not next week. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.